Hello everyone, I hope you all are doing great at your respective places. I just want to congratulate all of those who have been selected for the post of academic specialist. I was looking at the chat box of all the different videos and I found that many of you have shared that you have been selected for this post. But at the same time, I also found some of the messages where the students were not happy. Why? Because they were not selected or they are still waiting for the calls for the second round or the first rounds. I just want to tell them that don't lose hope. If you are not selected, you can again apply for the same post with a different mail ID. And this time, just make your demo video or interview in a such a way that they cannot reject you. So in this video, I'm just going to tell you about the interview procedure because I think that the second round, the interview, is the main door to enter into the post. And it's not only the important, but if you crack this, you will definitely able to manage in the training period. So, as I already told you, what are the requirements of interview? Many people have a myth, or we can say the preconceived idea that the interview cannot be manageable. Means if you have a skill, you can crack it. Otherwise, you cannot manage it. But I personally feel that every interview can be manageable. You can crack it. You know the loopholes of every interviews. You can manage your interview as per your will if you want, but you have to do something special for this. It can. Seriously, believe me, every interview can be manageable. You can run your interview as your own choices. It depends on you only. So in today's video, I'm going to tell you how you can manage your interview as per your wish, not for the interviewer. So I just want to tell you that every interview has different aspects. Suppose if you are going to give an interview for army, they will look different aspects. Similarly, if you are going for academic specialist, they will definitely look for another aspects. So we will discuss about the academic specialist, what they look into the candidates. Two or three basic things. They, the one thing is that if I talk about the army interview, definitely they will look for the confidence, your communication skills, how more confident you are. Because at the end, an army officer has to lead his whole battalion. If he is not motivated, he is not confident, then how is battalion? Similarly, as an academic specialist, your role is teaching. So two or three parameters are very important on whom will they judge. They cannot negotiate on these aspects. The first one is your content knowledge. The second is your communication skill. In communication skills, how you deliver your lecture at that times, your voice modulation, your interactions with the students. These all will help you to select for the second round. That means the interview. So as my interviews go, on the basis of that, I will explain and I will tell you the key points how to crack this academic specialist. Let us see that this interview has some basic needs, basic things which you can manage before. If you will do, you will definitely able to crack that. 60-70% is manageable. I think that for post of academic specialist, you know what are the questions they will going to ask. In my interview, not in my every interview, the first question is introduce yourself. You have to well prepared for this question. And this is the first question which every interviewer will get. If you will be able to communicate good in this question, definitely you give a first impression that is very important. And if you will not be able to give the correct answer of this and you start fumbling on this question, so definitely it will give a negative impact on the interviewer, and he or she automatically understand that he is not up to the mark. Then he will move to the next question. So if they ask what is introduce yourself, so you must know the answers. As per my case, I was well prepared about this question. But at the same time, you would be very crisp and clear in the interview. You cannot extravagate any answers. Means you are explaining and fumblings. That will not help you to crack this interview. Your interview should be limited and very crisp. Let us take an example. So I still remember my first question is introduce yourself. So I introduce that like that. My name is Pushpendra Singh and I live in Dehradun city. My highest qualification is MSc Mathematics and my hobby is reading newspaper, reading novels, etc. I completed four sentences in introduction cases. That's it. Some people used to speak a lot about this. I this. That will be not good for this. You must be very crisp and clear, and you can add some more basics things on this. It's my cases. You can add as per your qualification as per this. But the thing is that you should be very clear and crisp. So for introduction, you have to cover only 3 4 aspects: your name, your highest qualification, your hobbies, your residence. Or you can use any if you can use any co-curricular activity if you have already done. Second, definitely question: why choose? So you can give as per your own choices. What I gave, कि why Byju's? So I have given them 3 points. The first one is the career growth. Like by if I join Byju's, I will definitely have a career growth. Second, like if I join Byju's, I will get different. If I will get a student base, more student base. That means from different corners of the country. Second, if I join Byju's, then I will definitely get more educated and more talented educators. By connecting them, definitely it will help me for developing my personalities. And at last, I also talks about definitely by joining this Byju's, my financial and my monetary benefit will be increased. So these are the 4 or 5 things aspects regarding why Byju's. You can have your own answers regarding that, but it should be very clear and crisp. You cannot start boasting about I want to join this and that. So it will not going to help you in this interview. Then what happens after 3 or 4 discussions, after 2 or 3 questions like this, they will move to the teaching. That means in interview you will get a 5 or 7 minute again a demo teachings, live teachings. So for this you must have, I think, the white blackboards. You just turn the camera and start teaching at that time. For this you must also have a topic covered. You can be the same, you can choose the same topic which you have already chosen in the demo video, and again for demo video and for the interview you can use the same topic, but in interview you will definitely have to teach again for the same 5 to 7 minutes. So in this, at that time in the interview, you must be deliver the same topic with the same confidence, with the same content. As I taught trigonometry, I know that within a 5 minutes I cannot teach whole subjects. So for what I did, I I thought about to deliver as important topics as much as possible, but that 5 minutes will help you to go through the interview. That is the main important part. You can use the introductions with some kind of a story and then come to the content, and then at last you must summarize what you have taught. Like what I did, that I started the trigonometry. Trigonometry is an applied mathematics which help us to know the length and different things about that. At that time I remember the definition of that trigonometry. Then I start explaining the concept, like in trigonometry we generally have a right angle triangle. Then it is used, or it makes the relationship between the angles and the sides. Then I talk about the applications of trigonometry, where we can use this applied mathematics. If you suppose you have to measure the height of the pole or the height of the building, suppose the width of a river, we can use this trigonometry. And how we can measure this height with the help of trigonometric ratios. So generally we have 6 trigonometric ratios: sine, cos, tan. We do not need to remember all the 6, because the first 3 and the last three were the reciprocal of these things. And how we can find out the value of sine theta? That means perpendicular upon hypotenuse. I mentioned all the formulas, and then I discuss about the identities, and that's enough. Even within a 5 minutes they will call you, okay, it's enough. So remember, your introduction should be important, and your concept and your delivering of lectures. So I prepared for that before. I looked into Google's or refer any many video at that time. So it was quite confident because I had practiced many times for that videos, for that content. So I was quite confident at that time. Then if your demo teaching for 5 to 7 minutes is over, they will call, okay, it's okay, it's time to questioning answering. then questioning answering happens. They will ask you 10 to 12 questions, and believe me, that is also very important. And don't be anxious and don't be scared about that question. They are very simple questions. They will not any what we call extra to solve. They know that in face to face interview they will not give you any hard calculations question. That would be very simple. Like what I got around, I have asked about 8 to 10 questions. So even I was not able to give two or three questions correct answers, and one question I did wrong because of calculation due to hurry. So out of 10 11 I gave only 6 7, and the rest my calculation was wrong, and two I didn't get the questions. But what I learned from all these 10 or 12 questions, that I gave explanation correct. I explained the concept to that lady who asked, and they will definitely ask, not only answer that, they will definitely ask the explanation, could you explain it? So that play a very important role. If suppose you do not get the answer correctly, if you explain the procedure right, definitely they will selected you. So the important part is your explanation part, that must be very good. And it would be around 10 to 12. After that they will just do the formality. If you selected, will you be able to relocate to the Bangalore, you must say yes, because this post is only for work from home. Definitely for the next one, at least 1 to 2 years, you are going to work from home. And many questions they will ask about this, your work profile, your timings, is it suitable for you to work from 2:30 to this, whatever, you just say okay, okay, that's it. And so if I summarize whole interview, it is totally based on your confidence, your explanation skill, and your what we call content knowledge. That's it. So three questions before is well prepared. You can prepare it very well, like introduction and why use. If you are working, so tell me something about that organizations. Then demo video, you know very well, you have to teach it like the topic which is well, you must be well prepared about that. And that in that 5 to 7 minutes, don't forget to summarize, don't, and start with some kind of story of that topic. And content, so you should not use so much kind of, use only two concept and explain it, that's it. And then if you are not able to give the correct answer, don't worry, your explanation part would be good, would be correct. And if it's so good, definitely you will call for the next round. So these all are the tips and tricks or the loopholes of interview. If you follow this, definitely you will get a call, definitely you will get selected for this post. I hope you listen this very carefully and try to implement this in your teaching, and definitely you will be selected. I hope you like the video. If you liked, please subscribe it for the future updates. Thank you and have a nice day.